So the umpire ready, players ready. Good game. Here we go for the second half. Leeds, take it away, a goal the difference.
5 versus 6. Both teams desperate to get the 4 points this afternoon. And the umpire will set us away. Another nice start to get the second half going. Robinson got it down, but only as far as McNeese, who goes inside the 50. It's built nicely for Langford, looking for, couldn't get away from Buzzer, but it came through to Edwards. His kick was smothered. Luxford picks up the crumbs, just darts away from trouble, and then he goes across and finds Murdoch, who releases it to the wing. Will it settle? It does for Hickey, who turns back on his right boot, kicked over the top. Oh, big fly, but no touch of the footy, and that allows Bates in. Or just charged through Hams. Got the ball spilt for the Bombers, though. At half-back, Ashby to Langford. Kept going, McNeese. Oh, little undergrounder. Kicked the shin. That's no good. Ball turned over. Cats have it. And now they're going to work their way through the middle. Bates gets it from Hickey. Inside the 50. He's not going to find a teammate, but almost Ambrose coughed it up and bounced off his chest, but he was good enough to find Heppel, who goes to Ashby and the Bombers away.
Cats player down. It's Sam McLaughlin in back play leads as the kick goes up towards Grimley at half forward. Wants to go on with it. He's 60 from goal. He kicks into the pocket. Eads takes the mark. And McLaughlin's in all sorts of trouble there, Hilly. He copped a knock, I think might have been to his shin. And
yeah, it's definitely lower left flag.
Yep, so he's being helped off by the trainers and really hobbling there. But meantime, down the other end of the ground, Yeston Eads kicked a great goal in the opening quarter. And this will be the ideal start for the Bombers as McLaughlin in the hands of two trainers now being helped off the ground very slowly.
He's really struggling to get weight onto that left leg.
Eads comes in. Kick is across the face. One behind. 8-4-52. Play 7-3-45. We have played 2 minutes. Third quarter. Peter Jackson VFL Live and Essendon VFL Radio today.
Long ball from the Cats, but it won't stay there for long. Jamar's taken the mark. He can go quickly inside the 50, and the mark is taken. And Langford, he's got such a big wingspan with those long arms of his. Takes the mark, and he'll kick with similarly long levers outside the arc. 15 in from the boundary line. We'll take a good kick from there. It's going to go very close, and that is a good kick. That's his second of the afternoon. The Bombers pressing hard early going third term. Almost 3 gone. It's 58-45.
Just came back beautifully, didn't it? Left to right. Very nice to watch. It's an ideal start for the Bombers. 3 minutes gone in this third quarter.
Doesn't look like Sam McLaughlin is in a good way down there.
No, Hillier's keeping an eye on that for us. We'll get an update from him in a few moments. The ball back in the middle. Jamar trying to get the tap down. Smets was there. He lost the handle on it, slipped the handball out to Atkins, who was held up. And now ball inside 50 for Geelong. Vardy came out to meet it. Lost a handle on it. Hams did well to Heppel. Kick outside the 50 and finding Long. And finds Eads on the overlap. Handball over the top. They're working this beautifully. Ferry's got some space at half forward. Little chipper ball to McKenna, who takes the mark. Moved it well. McKenna tight on the boundary line. We'll want to go the other chipper. Ferry's there. Oh, just worried off it. Nice work there from Sexton. Just in the nick of time he got there. And now the ball's spilled out. Buzzer in all sorts of trouble. Eads is there laying the tackle. Handball spills free. Just off a step there was Edwards putting it into space. This will work out okay for the Bombers. Jamar just dribbling it forward to the goal square. Grimley, he's got 2 to beat, can't do so. Murdoch, he's wrapped up in the tackle. He's going to have it taken off him by Grimley. Peak for holding the footy.
Yeah, ducked in.
Well, he was trying to get rid of it, but he had Sam Grimley on his other side just saying, I'll take that, thank you very much.
Yeah, once you duck in, you sort of lose your prior opportunity. Didn't get rid of it correctly. And Bombers have started well here.
And a handy pickup here, Sam Grimley, for this side, both at AFL and VFL level. It's taking plenty of time too. He's not all that far out. He's just on the edge of the goal square, but wants to be very deliberate about it. Steps in. That's why. No problem at all. Frosty Miller medalist in 2015 and 2014 with hauls of 42 and 38. And Grimley adds another one to his total today. And they're putting a bit of a buffer on now, the Bombers. And getting it done nicely. They move to 10-4-64, Geelong 7-3-45. 5.5 gone in the third quarter on Peter Jackson VFL Live and Essendon VFL Radio.
How are things looking down there, Hilly?
Look, they're working on him feverishly at the moment, boys, trying to get him to get some movement back into his leg, but he's very stiff at the moment, and I think he might be done for the day, but we'll...
That's Sam McLaughlin down there, who has come off the ground recently. Looks like it's something to do with his left leg. We'll bring you more as Hilly digs deeper into that one. Back in the middle. The first bounce was no good. They'll toss it up. Here's Lucy, tapped it only as far as Jamer, who was stripped of the footy. Smets gets his way through traffic, well played. Gregson, then just halted and then kicked inside the 50. All clean bowled, the whole lot of them. Now the pressure's on. Out the back for Ambrose. Tracks it towards the line. Oh, he ducked. He didn't get rid of it. Holding the ball.
Well, the key word there was ducked, because he saw Cornell coming towards him and he just ducked into it. He knew exactly where he was. No doubt about that.
So Cornell has been a goal kicker for the Cats this year, and this one's across the face on the left. One behind is the result. Good centre clearance for the Cats, couldn't make the most of it. Almost 7 gone, third term 46-64.
So the ball to be brought back in. McNeese goes right into the back pocket to Heppel. So try and work their way back out. Long took the mark and got around his opponent to gain a few more metres. J Mars there, found Nguyen working side by side. Into the path of Merritt, back to Long. Comer as they work it out. This is nicely done. McKenna inside 50. And that is the end result. Flat, low kick. Grimley takes the mark.
Yep.
They got it going.
Beautifully called, Pete. And every hit was just nice and low, wasn't it?
It was clean, it was direct, it was good footy. And Sam with a chance to add his second in 2 minutes. 7.5 gone in this third quarter. The Bombers, handy break now. Be even better if he can kick this. He'll step just inside the 50. He'll kick from 48 metres out. Plenty of goal face to look at. Kick on the way is a goal. No problem at all for Sam. That's his second. And they're kicking clear. 11-4-70. Play 7-4-46. 8 gone in this third quarter.
Could be one of those games, Pete, where the team working into the wind looks to work that bit harder, looks to move the ball better, and gets the better result each quarter. It's amazing, but that's pretty much how the game has played out so far.
So what can the Cats do to answer here? Have had limited opportunity in this 8.5 minutes of action in the third quarter. Nguyen's gone into the middle. He'll take on Lucy/Harrington. Down the ground, Wallace. Out the back, Hams. Quickly on. Laguda got it going forward. Lucks of Fortune. It landed in the arms of Merritt. On to Edwards. Steers it into the top of the square. It's a goal! Well played, Grimley, who had the sense to know where he was. Didn't go for the mark and just escorted it over the line. And the Bombers are looking dangerous. They've extended that lead out to 30 points. 76-46. 9.5 gone. Third term.
It's quite strange at ground level, boys, because you really can feel that breeze as it's just picked up a notch. So Geelong are kicking to the right of the screen with a huge advantage, and they just can't get their hands on the footy at the moment.
Merritt has 3 for the afternoon, 1 in each quarter so far.
So it's the ball back in the middle. Cats need to respond now. Nguyen through his hands. Wallace is there getting tackled. And the umpire calls a stalemate. Ball thrown back up. It's exactly the same spot. Lucy got there. Nguyen had a couple of cracks at it. Eventually falls to Smets, who goes outboard to Hickey, kicking inside the 50 into the pocket. It's too deep and goes out. We'll have it thrown in. Dobson tried to get to it. Couldn't keep it in play in front of a pretty good grandstand in terms of population over there. Imagine the social club be doing a roaring trade as well. As ball's thrown back in, Vardy over the top. Got it straight down to Atkins. He was held up. Kick away for the Bombers is going to come straight back in again. They wanted to clear the space. Instead, they found Cheetahs, who kicks into the pocket across the ground. No one could take the mark. I think Bates has been ridden into there. And Laguda will pick himself up. Bates will pick himself up. Everyone gets to their feet. The umpire will throw the ball up. Deep into attack for the Cats. Need the next goal. Working it out, Cowan. They've got players on the outboard. If they can just get the kick away. This one heading all the way to the goal square mark. Goal, Dobson. No, push out, going the other way. He was hoping, the Cats fans were hoping, it was clearly hands in the back. And it'll be a free kick. Last line of defence to Heppel.
So Heppel, little ball is okay. Deep into the back pocket. Wallace takes it. He wants to go down the line looking for and finding Ferry at the back. Worked his man underneath it now. He's got a double back. Oh, it's suited nicely for Bates, who just picked up the bouncing ball magnificently. Turned, kicked, out of bounds on the full. Just a little overcooked as Holland Smith presented. And Wallace has it. Back flank. Retreats further into the back pocket. Trouble now for Ashby, who couldn't take the mark, and the ball tumbles over the line.
You can't help but notice, boys, at ground level that Essendon have really lifted their pressure around the ball, and that's causing a lot of turnovers with Geelong footy.
11 points at quarter time, the margin, 6 points at half time. Essendon in control again now. Hall and Smith ridden into the turf. Ball spills free to Merritt. Had a good game. Handball over the top here. Murdoch couldn't quite. Came through. Oh, gee, Ashby could. He runs away from the stoppage. Gives it across to Edwards. Oh, wonderful chase. Terrific determination from Dobson, who would not let Edwards go. And now he turns and goes himself. Right foot, Hall and Smith the target, fisted out the back, Nguyen picks up the crumbs, got it across to Gleeson, played it well, has to get around a couple, little right foot hooker, dodgy, causes trouble here for Wallace, who goes in to pick up the ball. Vardy ditto, lost the handle. Merritt pickpocketed him, goes with a long ball. Farrelly sits underneath it though and takes the mark for the Cats.
He does, and he kicks across the ground dangerously. Cowan had to sit underneath it like he had a teammate running alongside. It was Cornell who went back to Cowan. A long high ball right deep into the forward pocket. Vardy got hands to it, couldn't complete the mark, but he's got a player who bounces to his feet and kicks around the body. It's a touch ball. Touch ball on the line.
It was touched anyway, Pete.
Off the boot?
Yeah, it was touched off the boot. The umpire called it.
So a let off there for the Bombers, but now you see the Cats just lifting as we play 13 minutes in this third quarter. Another short kick for the Bombers. This is the dangerous part about it. But it's okay. McKenna scoots outside the 50. Kicks a ball intended for Ferry, but Buzzer's there at the back. Got teammates in support. He's got it again. Buzzer, handball over the top to Buse, who tripped over his own feet, then regained his composure and kicked inside the 50. And they've worked that beautifully. Dobson comes out and takes the mark.
Mark Jamar just down behind play as well, boys. I'll keep an eye on that.
All right, I'll keep an eye on Dobson, Sam Dobson, who kicked a goal in the second quarter. And this really to keep the Cats in it. It's been all Bombers so far, 14 minutes in. As Dobson steps inside the 50 now, just inside the 50, he kicks on the way. No, near side, he missed. And so through for one behind.
Just got a blood rule as well.
Yep. No, just looking at what the goal umpire was doing. He was signalling the blood rule. Everyone can have a go at that. So 12-4-76. Plays 7-6-48. 14 and a half gone in the third quarter on Peter Jackson VFL Live and Essendon VFL Radio today. It's the Bombers with the advantage.
So the Cats Defending here as Essendon bring it back in. Neatly enough. McKenna goes on his right boot, down the line. There's some tall timber and all of that. J-Mar just let it go out the back in the end, and just as well as he might, as Merritt got on the end. Wasn't a good-looking kick inside the 50. Might be effective, though. Good tackle from Edwards. Forced some pressure. Spilled for heavy side. Handball over the top to Merritt, who kept coming. Edwards couldn't quite body line it. Came through. Eads. He lays a good tackle. Didn't give the free kick away. Still Buse, though. Got his way through traffic. Somehow flung out. Hall Smith on the back of it. Nice handball. Releases for the Cats, and now they've got space to work into. Smets gets it on the wing. He turns and goes quickly. Gives the handball across to Bates. Gets it back to Smets, who can drive this inside the 50. The last one just needs to hit the target, and it does. Sexton, the man on the end of the chain. Well played, Cats. And they'll line up from 20 out directly in front through the 23rd man.
Guys, you might be able to help me here, but there's a Geelong player down behind play. And it didn't seem to happen on the ball. It seemed to happen about 15 metres off the play, and he just dropped to his knees and seems to be in some serious discomfort here.
Fancy that might be Tom Stewart. Hilly?
Or Farrelly?
Could be Farrelly or Tom Stewart. Both lookalikes.
No, I think he's lacking the hairpiece. I think it is Farrelly. As Sexton comes in at the other end and makes no mistake. An important goal for the Cats, just keeps them in touch here. 54-76, 16 gone, third term. Just update us on how Farrelly's going down there, Hilly.
Looks like he's okay at the moment.
He looks okay as he's come off, but it could be a situation where he might have been winded or something in the ribs, but it happened off the ball. It certainly wasn't in play.
Well, Sexton been impressive this afternoon.
Yeah, I like seeing these 23rd players have good games. See him get spots on VFL and AFL lists. A good example of that, Yester Needs. Was a 23rd player for North Ballarat, part of the Rebels program up there. Getting his chance at VFL level. Ball back in the middle. No one can take clean possession. Gregson onto the end of it for the Cats. And just trying to work their way around. Sexton getting involved there again. And again, he just enjoying racking up the touches. Whistle. Ball in the hands of Dobson. Downfield free kick. So he'll take it, Dobson. Low spearing ball. That's nice. They've got the low spearing deliveries going on at the moment. And is that McLaughlin who's back on the grounds? Don't think so. I'll pick up who it is in a moment.
I think it is, boys, actually.
So he steps in from the 50. Kick on the way. No, drifting late. It's another behind for McLaughlin.
Didn't see him sneak back on. Sorry about that, folks.
It's 18 minutes gone in the third quarter. 8:7:55 Geelong Essendon 12-4-76. And again, the ball's in the back pocket.
Fair bit of traffic to contend with down there, Hilly. This ball over the top, knocked away. The snap from the pocket won't score a goal. Chance for Reese to fly. Ball hit the deck. Bombers first there. McNeese. His tumbling ball just works it to pressurised situation for Cowan. Didn't quite travel the 15 to Smets. Handball released. Back to Dobson. Back to Smets. Back to Cowan. Now the kick. They want to mark. There's plenty of numbers there. J-Mar, one of them. Well played. Big Russian. And he takes the mark at the top of the defensive goal square.
Yeah, they're trying here, the Cats, but I just think one handball too many. This might be one kick too many. Ball over the top, went over the head of Laguda. Handball was shot out though. Nuon needs to pick it up. He can't do so. Laguda there again, just paddling in front of him, doing a good job, but he lost a handle on it there. Gardner ridden into the turf by Ferry, and the umpire says, give it to me.
Great tackling from Ferry. He's today outstanding.
In the middle of the ground, ball thrown up. And the clearance will go the way of the Cats. Shot out there by Atkins. And now they've got numbers inside the 50. Kick going in. Nice mark taken. Zach Bates. Right in the middle of that pack. He took it. I think he wanted to play on. He looked up and saw a couple of bombers there. He thought, no, perhaps not. May not go for that. And so he'll come in and have a shot 20 out.
My new favourite Geelong player, boys.
Okay. Didn't know we're sort of rolling with sort of favourite players from every single club, but that's okay, Hilly. Bates comes in. You like him even more now. He's kicked the goal. Second for today for Zach. And he's been in absolutely everything. And the Cats bringing the margin back. 12-4-76 Essendon, Geelong 9-7-61. Into time on, 20 minutes gone in this third quarter on Peter Jackson VFL Live and Essendon VFL Radio.
Yeah, enjoying his footy, Zach. Came across from West Adelaide in the Sandful and had some hamstring issues in previous years, but gee, he looks a player.
Around the grounds, AFL, Collingwood and Carlton. They're a goal apiece, 6 minutes into the opening quarter. Geelong taking on West Coast today, and the Peter Jackson VFL will have Port Melbourne Richmond score shortly.
And here they come from the stoppage. The Bombers, Gleeson, high ball, sitting underneath it, Eads flew, but in the end, Cheetahs stood down, knew where it was going to drop and took the mark. So he's got it at the half-back flank. Just pedals his way, called to play on, kicks the half forward, not going to find the target long. In fact, it's Morgan, took the mark. He was strong there, goes across to Gleeson. He head down the line, out of bounds on the full. Disappointing finish.
A few skill errors creeping into the Bombers game. This was a problem last week.
And Pete, you talked about the players just might have a tendency to get a little tired in this second half. It's been played at breakneck speed. Quick track, beautiful conditions. Sexton has the footy. Tangerine boots and all. He goes to half forward, out the back. Chance for, but not taken by Cornwall. Just played it on nicely. Little one-hand handball didn't quite work out. Bates didn't quite take it. Rees did. Handball over the top. There a chance here. The Cats just need to settle. Handball back. Shot on goal is good. It's a really good finish from Tommy Atkins. And the Cats get another one back. They're 67. Essendon 76. 22 gone third term.
Well, it's been all the Cats, and this is a dangerous position in red time for the Bombers because, Hilly, the Cats are getting a bit of a run on now.
They certainly are, and they work so well in the second quarter into the breeze. So dangerous times for the Bombers. They really need to steady here.
I'm just gonna let the crowd tell the story. Okay, that's enough. Ball back in the middle. 76 plays 67. Ball outside the circles will do it all again. 22 minutes gone in this third quarter.
Need to get a bit more from Ewan in the ruck. He's not getting a whole lot of footy at the moment.
No, and he lost that one too to Vardy. No one can break clear. Eventually it spills free. And then a kick smothered, falls to Ashby. High up and under. This is going to be play on. Or is it? No, there's a push out. It's a free kick going the way of the Bombers to Edwards. Still inside the centre square, but attacking side. Goes with a low spearing ball. Oh, Grimley flew. Well, a little bit too early, I would have thought.
He really didn't need to fly for that. He was in perfect position. It would have probably hit him in the eyes if he just stood still.
Yeah, not really one of his greatest moments, I would have thought. He was sunrise when he was looking for the 6 o'clock news. Buzzer with the free kick in the back pocket. And yes, I'm going to recycle that throughout the season, Leesy.
Here's Buzzer. Beautiful kick to go with a beautiful name. Gets it to the wing. Gain his side 80 metres.
It's a great kick.
And now they can reset. Surely we're rewarding blokes trying to get on the highlight reel, boys. I'm not sure about that sort of commentary. I'm all for it, Sam. Keep going. Here's Newen knocking it down in the ruck.
Of the year, don't you?
Second bite at the cherry here. Whistle on play. Advantage to the Cats. Smets inside the 50 going back. Holland Smith. Oh, he went back with all the courage in the world. Couldn't take the footy. Here's a chance for Lucy. Ashby got in the way. He knocked it down for himself. Gregson's got him. Gregson stole it. Someone get the cops onto him. Here's Morgan out the back. They're off and running. Clommer well tackled. Holding the footy. The Cats won't go anywhere. Hats off to Gregson. Couple of big tackles there. Held him up nicely. 24 gone. Third term. Long ball to the one-on-one. No mark taken. Smets is likely type. Got it to Robinson. Less likely. So gives the handball. Freeze through traffic. Into traffic. Just away from traffic. High ball to 40 out. No mark. Ball hits the deck. Holland Smith handball. Couldn't find a teammate. Heeds. Harasses. Harangues. And finally gets a hold of Luxford. And they'll bounce it down half forward for Geelong. 67-76, 25 gone, third term.
And well under Jordan Murdoch there. That ball was cut inside 50. The kick went high, and there were 3 Bombers players. He created the contest, created the spill. Hams is there, shot the handball out. Ashby ridden into the turf, going nowhere, and the umpire will come in again. 25 minutes gone. Yes, Hilly.
Mark Jamar just on the boundary line, trying to get a sub here, trying to get young Newen off so he can get back into the ruck.
Well, ball spills free. He won't get one immediately. Merritt is there. Handball back to Merritt, to Wallace, near the boundary line. Handball across, near the interchange gates to Long, who goes back to Merritt. Long was dealt with off the play. Keep an eye on that. Ball into the middle of the ground. He copped one high there, Gleeson. Not called. There goes Edwards. He kicks across the ground, and they've got some space. McKenna towards inside the 50. Grimley comes out and takes the mark.
Mark Jamar on, sprinting right to the goal square.
He'd want to get there pretty quick. Oh, actually, it's Sam Grimley. This could take a while, so he's got time to get down there.
He might start his run up from the Bowls Club.
He's kicking from outside the 50, though. He's about 10 metres in from the boundary line. Oh, this is a big kick. We head towards three-quarter time. Grimley, 2 already in this quarter. He's just going to chip it up. Top of the goal square. Oh, Edwards flew high. Couldn't bring it to ground. Heavy side is there. He's ridden into the turf, and the umpire will throw it up. Well, we almost had it. Almost. So the ball still in a dangerous position for the Bombers. Vardy, the tap over the back. Oh, Cowan lost a handle on a heavy side once, twice, not 3 times. Ball going nowhere. In a hurry. Hams trying to extract the footy, and the umpire will throw it up.
Gee, there was some good work in a phone box just on the flank here to get them to where they are. A couple of minutes ago, ball at ground level. It spills. Wallace, quick shot around the corner, will just register a behind. So Wallace is moving around the ball. Doesn't mind a scrap by the look of him. 77-67, 10 points to margin. 27 gone in this third term.
Stewart to bring the ball back in for Geelong. Goes to the edge of the goal square and kicks a long ball out, but standing up and taking a beautiful mark is Jamar. He sends them straight back in, the Bombers. Ball there in the path of Ferry, had 2 to beat, couldn't do so. Quick kick out of the pack is dangerous. No mark paid for the umpire. The player in front. Morgan shot the handball out. Vardy laying the tackle. The umpire will come in and throw it up. Well, the margin is 10 points. 27.5 gone in this third quarter. Thrown up. Jamar into the path of Gleeson, who's taken down in the tackle. Good work by Atkins. Now they pile in on top. And holding the footy is the result. Which way is this free kick going? It's going the Cats' way. So well done by Atkins. He's got to go and pick up the footy because Gleeson's... There ain't no way he's picking that ball up in the current climate. He'll take the free kick at half back.
All we needed there was 50 for not picking it up and throwing it back to the player. Down the line and just over the head of Robinson, out of bounds. Oh no, it stayed in just. Kick back into play. Heppel, Wallace, through traffic. Did well, got the handball away to the run of Morgan, who goes to the run of Heppel, who gives it over the top. Under pressure, played it nicely, got it to Gleeson. A tumbling kick inside the 50. Not pretty to watch, but might be effective. Grimley kept it in, handballed into space. Going back, Buzzer. Looped the handball over the top. Buser's got to sit underneath it, he does. Gets it away to Luxford. He's got Buse there in support if he wants him. Ignores him, good shepherd from Buzzer. Over the top, that's nice stuff. Finds Cheetahs in the back pocket. He can go along the wing. Heppel got a fist on it, working towards the boundary. Atkins can't keep it in, and the boundary umpire will be called to action.
Hilly, looks like a lot of players hoping for the three-quarter time siren right now.
They're a little out on their feet, boys. Definitely looking for a break at three-quarter time and refresh, get into the last quarter.
29 minutes gone in the third term. Ball thrown back in. There's the kick going high into the middle of the ground. Oh, that's a terrific mark taken by Murdoch. Defensive side, edge of the square. Goes shorts to Hickey. Oh, they've got some run through the middle here, the Cats. The long ball comes in. It's deep all the way to the goal square. And running through, it was Luxford who just decided to have a long shot.
It's a great sign of that wind strength. That ball's carried 60 metres.
Yeah, it was a thoughtless kick in the end. Is a short ball that finds Comma. And then streaming forward for the Cats is Comer goes to the back pocket and Hams stabs a low ball. Beautiful kick. Oh, too sharp in the end for Long. Just bounced off his chest. He goes back to Hams, who goes down the line.
We're getting better on that button.
Yeah, very sharp work by Mikado.